Hey, this is DJ Punkasbed, the guy that didn't know Caillou back in the days. And my friend, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Fat Mike. I do stuff.
Welcome to Prescription Punk Rock, Mike. Montebello, fucking sunny day. You guys playing Chicoutimi? It must be a fucking hardcore party yesterday.
Yeah, Chicoutimi was awesome. Chicoutimi was huge. It was the biggest show we've ever had in a city we've never played in before.
It's great because you never play there. You know, it's the first time. What, gets you guys like saying we're gonna play there? It's just like because it's a new place.
Hugo from St. Catharines, he told us we should play there. We'd do well, but we didn't think we'd do 6,000 people. It's crazy.
It's cool because it's just like the NOFX things is everywhere. Here in Montebello, there's a ton of people. But not just for NOFX. They're for the Bouncing Soul too. For maybe Cryptopsy.
I think Hatebreed has a draw too.
Mike, over the years, you said you helped so many bands, you helped our scene, signing the St. Catharines, really changed their life, because I remember back in the days, there was like 10 people hanging out at the St. Catharines show, and I thought it really sucks. And when, they get signed on Fat Track, there was much people, care about, one of the greatest band here, in Montreal. And, those guys are pure, they're passion, they do it for the right thing, so they deserve it, man. So seeing that, man, and after that, Fireworks just was released a couple of months ago, and it's still going great even if they're not still on Fat Track. Are you proud at least of that?
Oh yeah, well I really liked the record they did for us, and I signed bands from all over the world. Signing High Standard in Japan, they're one of the biggest bands we ever signed. I mean, all their records sold 200,000 or 300,000 copies. It's cool, huge, and I signed German bands, and I signed a lot of Canadian bands. But St. Catharines was the first French-Canadian.
Propaganda was the first band you signed, I think?
Almost. Yeah, almost.
It's crazy, man. And it helped the scene. It's just not helping a band, it helped the scene. Because when
what? I didn't do it to help the scene. I did it to help me.
But, in the process, it helped a lot of people. And I think it's a great thing because, there's so much people that, doesn't give a fuck. They just they do it for their own and they don't care about the other bands. And, we need new bands, man. If there are not much new bands, there's going to be no scene right now,
I don't know. If you say so. If you say so, I believe you.
Mike, I think that it's going to be a hell of a great party tonight, People was there yesterday for a decent dance.
What's funny is I'm taking it easy tonight.
It's cool.
I'm not partying too much because I have the MGA golf tournament in Montreal tomorrow.
Oh, and Reg going to play?
Yeah, me and Reg are playing.
So you're going to beat Reg up again?
I don't know if I ever beat him. My game is, seems like I've been drinking and doing more drugs than practicing golf.
Cool, because golf you can drink really soon and there's no problem. It's just it's normal thing.
It's a normal thing. I mean, early in the morning. Yeah, you can do drugs on the golf course. You can drink on the golf course. There's no one around. You can do whatever you want.
That's true, man. Mike, like I said, you guys have achieved a great career over the years. I think it's amazing to see DIY can do. I think there's tons of bands that have tried to reach the success you guys did, but they don't have fun and they don't succeed, and you guys are still having fun.
I think that is really the secret. Is we really have a good time.
Yesterday I did an interview with Milo and Carl from the Descendants, and I'm 30 years old, and those guys are really more older than me, and they should said, fuck you, man, we don't want to do an interview, we don't need that, but they were very generous, and we talk about that, you guys after all those years, you have a steady job and you take your vacation off, leaving the kids, leaving the family, to have fun on the stage. And I think it's amazing to see that because the new generation of band doesn't get that.
I don't think it's amazing. I think anyone who doesn't want to do this job is an idiot. It's the best job in the world. It's not a job. It's a lifestyle, and we get paid for it. We get paid to do what we do for free, so it's not really a job.
Yeah, but you work your ass. The hours they are behind, but
I work my ass? It makes me sound like a prostitute, dude.
My English is sometimes really bad. That's a French-Canadian thing. But Mike, welcome to Montebello. I really wish you a good time tonight, having fun. It's going to be relaxed, golf tomorrow, but I think everybody's going to have a good time, and we're all here to have fun, man.
I would expect so. People don't come here for the crime. They come here to have a good time.
It's true. Mike, man, it's really generous that you are first time for our small fucking underground radio show, man. It's really appreciated.
It's a good radio show.
Ah, thanks, Matt. Have a great time tonight, man.
DJ Punk Ass Bed.
Thanks, Dave Jaffer, man. A really good friend, man. I love him. He did a fucking great job in Toronto.
I would love to talk more to you, but get that fucking microphone on my face. So.
In a NOFX interview, man. Dave is a great guy.
No,
He's a friend. Can you believe it?
No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm
If you go back and time how much you talked and time how much I talked, I think you talked more.
It's true.
Most interviewers do. Nobody likes the sound of their own voice more than fucking rock.
You know what, Mike? I will play that on the radio show because it's true. It's fucking true, man. Thanks. I know every listener of the show say, yeah, he's right, Mike. He bet talk too much. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And I'm not drunk.
Je peux faire ça en français ou en anglais? Français? Avec Fat Mike?
Je ne parle pas français.
Yeah, but neither does anybody from fucking Quebec. So
I don't think we speak French too, man.
speak fucking Joël. That galé, tabarnak, lâche pas de missile. Whoa.
Yeah, but the swear language is not that cool.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Like the poutine is not that cool.
You haven't
No.
eaten poutine if you don't know. You're like saying that like having sex isn't cool.
We had lobster poutine the other day.
You had lobster poutine? Fuck. I'm
Lobster?
the right interview because we're like talking about lobster poutine and golf. Because that's the shit. Like, punk rock is awesome, but let's not talk about that.
That's
St.
why.
John, in St. John's they had lobster
You
poutine.
were in St. John or St. John's? Because St. John's in New Brunswick. St. John is in New Brunswick. St. John's is in Newfoundland.
We were in Newfoundland.
Fucking A. That's a good
A
town.
few days ago. And you know, I'd just like to say, what kind of a genius came up with that name? What should we call it? Newfoundland.
Those newfies for you.
And maybe you find yourself really funny. You know, like, that's a great name.
Anybody who can't have fun with newfies doesn't deserve to have fun. It's like not being able to have sex with porn stars.
In French, we call them new filles. The new filles.
Des nouveaux filles.
I don't know. I thought they were mostly real polite and kind of dumb.
That's
exactly
what
where-
everybody in Canada says.
Where I prefer New Yorkers that are, rude and intelligent.
Then polite and
I
dumb.
already got my fucking soundbite. See you guys. No, Mike, I was gonna talk to you about a little bit about the festival and about a band of your stature and your expertise and your experience being in Montebello, Quebec. But I walked in and you guys were talking about golf, so let's just talk about golf. You're going golfing tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm a member of the MGA, the Mediocre Golf Association,
Fair enough.
And-
Most Americans and Canadians are probably part of the same
Yeah.
the same thing.
and I'm a member of the San Francisco group. There's a chapter. There's 20 chapters around the country, but every year there's more and more. So the Montreal chapter, they're having their the FU Open tomorrow. So no, it's the Bradish Open is what it is tomorrow. So I'm playing in it, and I'm really low on the money list right now. I'm 220th in the world with the winnings of 0.00.
I would assume that most punk bands with the incredibly small penises they have, they don't need to work on their short game. They need to work on their long game more. What kind of a golfer are you?
I used to be good before I had a daughter.
I
I
never.
used to be decent. I mean, I could break 80. I used to be able to.
Fucking kidding me.
Now I'm
Like on a regulation 72 course.
yeah. Now I'm happy to get to shoot 95. It actually in my league in the MGA, if you break 80 in a tournament, you get disqualified. You do.
It's like the worse you do, the better you are.
No, you got to do good. But if you break 80, you're too good to be.
You get kicked out.
You get disqualified.
Now you got to go play golf with like real golfers. and
No,
shit
you
like
don't get kicked out. You get disqualified.
It's worse than
Well,
get kicked out.
No,
System one have
the
done
next
it.
tournament you can. No, you're not kicked out of the league. You're not kicked out of the MGA. You're just disqualified from the tournament.
that. Fair enough. When did you start golfing? Just out of curiosity.
When I was 27.
27. So fucking 2 whole years ago.
Yeah, when I was pretty old.
Uh,
And we've golfed some cool places. Golfing in Iceland. They got 24-hour golf there.
do you see any volcanoes that are with names that you can't pronounce?
No.
Grimsvotn.
Is that
No.
just a permanent daylight thing?
Yeah.
Now here's the thing, and I'm very.
We were there on Independence Day. In Iceland, we played there, which, who knew? Who knew they declared independence from Denmark? And Denmark pretty much said nothing.
You guys had
No
to
big
fight.
loss.
You guys had
No
to
big
fight a
loss.
war with England, and Denmark was like, "Yeah, all right, you guys have earned it." It's cool. So golf in Iceland, golf in Montreal tomorrow. What's the worst part about being a golfer outside of everything else that is about you? What's the worst part of being a golfer?
There's nothing bad about being a golfer. What's wrong with you?
I'm not a golfer. I'm a driving range guy. I'm the guy who goes and hits a bunch of balls and be like, I can't believe people just don't consider this the sport.
I consider this as a sport.
No. I wish that the whole game of golf was the driving range.
I'm kind of into all the lazy man games. You know, I like poker, pool, backgammon, anything you can gamble at.
You just named every game that you can do while you're drunk.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, bowling.
I play poker drunk and I'm really bad.
I'm really play
Well,
for money?
let's play.
Yeah, I was
big
about to
money.
say, we'll play tonight. We'll play for money. Just bring us.
I'm a writer. I don't have any money.
You're in this wonderful festival in Montebello, Quebec. This wonderful pastoral bucolic scene is there, and you got this lake, and you got these wonderful trees, and it's like kind of cottage country.
That's a cool bad religion word, bucolic. Jeez.
Yeah, Greg likes when I fucking get all fucking intelligent and shit, because most of the time I'm just saying like you fucking this and you fucking that, and you called it right here, bad religion right here.
There it is.
You're at this wonderful festival here, and we were just talking to the festival organizer, and he's really grown this thing from something very small to something very large. I mean, 5 years ago, you couldn't have got NOFX, Lamb of God, fucking Hatebreed. Like, he's really done a good job. Whenever I talk about punk bands in Canada, I always talk about the fact that there's something about punk rock. All strands of punk rock, it could be late 70s punk rock, early 80s punk rock, or SoCal punk rock, that really resonates with people in Canada. And you'll always sell at a show in Montreal where maybe you wouldn't in like LA or something like that. There's a very, very fervent following for people such as you and such as like some of the older SoCal punk bands and so on and so forth. And you guys come up here and you're very good about sort of giving it back to the fans, because you're not one of those bands that doesn't care about that. What I've noticed is that you really care.
We really respect our fans up here, because it's one of the few places, like after we play a show in Montreal, we can go to Fufun and hang out without people
and it's not
breathing
like
down your neck.
And that show was something.
It's not like, oh, can we have pictures? Can we sign this? It doesn't happen. People just hang out. They might go by, good show, Mike, and that's so nice. The other night I was in Quebec City. We weren't playing, but we spent the night there.
Yeah, the Scanner.
Yeah.
At the Scanner, I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We were staying at a hotel, and me and my girlfriend were looking for a bar, and we just walked 3 blocks, couldn't find one. Walked another 2 blocks. Like, oh, there's a bar, and we walked in, and it was a fucking hardcore show.
Yeah, it's the Scanner.
And
there's great show there. It's not
the Enforcers, I think the band is called, the Enforcers, and a hardcore band. So we went to the bar, had a few shots, had a few beers, and no one talked to me.
But that's got to be liberating to a point.
It was it was nice, because I was talking to my girlfriend, and we watched the band, and it was super cool. And I don't know where else that would happen.
Other than Quebec or other than Canada?
Mostly Quebec.
Because the thing is, there's always been an abiding love, and I was explaining this to my buddy here last night. There's always been an abiding love for punk bands and metal bands in Quebec, right? Like bands.
There's a coolness. Everyone is so blasé.
It's like it's a blaséness, but a respect, right? Because the thing is like Lag.
They don't want to be so uncool as
uncool as
I'm
the
gonna
bad
go.
boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ask for an autograph, and we'll be like, "What's wrong with you?" So, if you have something to talk about with me, then sure, say something. But no one wants to come up and say, "Hey,
what's up?"
Yeah, it's
you're awesome.
Yeah.
I think that from my point of view from Quebec, I think that we're shy, and we understand that, you.
I just think you're
maybe not me, but I think that the mentality of Quebec is just like, okay, it's Fat Mike, it's cool, man. Look, it's Fat Mike there. They're gonna say that, but leave him alone. He doesn't want to be bothered.
It's not from shyness; it's from being cool.
It's from being cool. It's a respect thing. I'm born in Toronto, raised in Montreal, and that's exactly what it is. It's a fuck. There's an internationally relevant, famous rock star. Isn't it awesome that he's sitting right there and we're drinking over here? But they don't cross that line as if to say, hey, fucking post for my iPhone photo so I can put it on my Facebook page and fucking caption it. It's like, awesome. Fat Mike's over there. Oh, hey, look, Tim Armstrong's over there. Like, how many band, like, there you go. Sorry.
Like New York and Los Angeles like that. If you're an actor, you don't get bothered. If the only person you get bothered by is a tourist. You don't get bothered by someone who lives in LA. who sees movie stars all the time.
It's the sports thing. It's like once you score a goal, don't fucking act like you've been there before, right? So I mean, like you go to a place like Montreal, it's a great place, but all the fans seem to act like, oh yeah, rock star. I've done this before. I'm not going to be that douche. And then what happens? It engenders this idea and this attitude that hey, you can come up here and be a person. And I've heard this from countless guys. The souls are going on in a couple of minutes. Greg and Brian have told me this, like, last time I saw Brian, we were fucking getting hammered in Fafoon, and nobody was bothering him. Brian Cantlin's sitting right there. Greg's sitting right there. Nobody's bothering him. And it's a wonderful thing about Quebec specifically and Canada generally that I find that there's no star fuckers. That's the word.
Wow. It's cool to hear that.
Yeah, but Saint-Lomond en anglais, c'est très populaire.
But Quebec, you know, we're not proud people. I don't know why, but we're not proud people.
Proud, you're just not fucking assholes. Which
There's
is
people.
why I'm an Anglo and I've lived in Quebec for most of my adult life. Anyways, this is not about me. This is
Fuck, man. I learned from my own country, man. From you guys, it's great, man. It's cool. No, actually, you know, it's just like I think that people from Quebec like understand what it is to be a band, you know. And when I start up the radio show, that's my goal. That's what I wanted to do, to make realize people that it's just not release a record, play a show, and that's it.
The other thing we do this everywhere, and not many bands do it, is we keep our set list from the year before, and we change 80 or 90% of it every time we play a city. So, and like when we play 2 nights in Montreal, the set is completely different.
I think it's
and bands don't do that.
No, they do it
a lot of bands don't have a lot of respect for their audiences, and what I've always enjoyed about punk bands is that a lot of them do.
But we have tons of disrespect for our audience as well. You know, and what's more important to me is me having a good time. My fun is more important than their fun.
And that's why people are having fun.
Exactly.
Everybody try to have more fun, and everybody's just like, it's getting bigger and bigger.
Competition.
And you heard, that's the recipe of success. It's not like getting a lot of money, doing a record, it's just like having fun. I don't know.
Let Tyler.
Did you ever think at this point in your career you'd be opening for a Metallica cover band? Alcoholic band?
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
That's a fucking great question. That's the best.
It's kind of a dream come true.
You gonna stick around and watch that, or?
No.
No?
I don't even like watching Metallica. So
Well, it can't be worse than that.
actually, they'd probably be better because they'd probably choose the good songs.
Yeah. And they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
And they're gonna play the same show than last year.
The fucking downloaders and shit. I bet they're.
That's what Metallica used to call themselves, is alcoholic.
Really?
So you know that Twitter that you put on about the letter E?
Yeah.
Are you still? Because
No, we're holding. We need some C.
Oh, so the letter C. Today is brought to you.
I was about to say. I thought today was sponsored by the letter fucking F.
No, actually, Steve is hooking us up.
Yeah, there you go.
Tomorrow on my show. Yeah. It's funny how many people didn't get that too. It's pretty obvious.
Oh, the E. They're taping.
Don't worry.
Oh man.
This can be excluded.
I'm gonna step out because Tyler has not asked a question.
Yeah, it's true. It's all true, man.
I'm a total dork.
Take care.
Good to talk to you.